But in this match, we will have PacoPaco, the top right Terran. He is the red Terran. He is the red army. We will see what he can accomplish against the great blue and white. Not really any red over here, but that's beside the point. This is Joshua, the blue Terran, spawning in the bottom left, and we will speed this up just a bit. And he asked if he's Terran, even though you can always click on the top right icon that will show up when you are playing the game yourself. We will see what time. Blue is not. Okay, I didn't miss that actually, or I missed that actually. Messing up just a bit. No walling going on from red. Walling going down for blue, however, which he is in that spot to allow the add-on, so that's very effective for him, and will block any scouting if he does finish it in time, which most people have been doing recently. He does start his second barracks. This might be some form of a two-rats play. I forget what the title of this cast was when it was posted to that subreddit. It was posted quite a few days ago, and the guy wasn't in chat, so that is why I kept pushing it back. If there was any confusion, I do apologize, but this will be done here now, and it will be uploaded later today, as well as all the replays from last night and throughout today. And there will be about a total of 5 or 6 from today, which is actually a pretty good amount. I didn't think there would be that many, but the more the merrier. Red has started a Reaper, and that will come out here soon, going to scout the Terran's base, and I believe can take on 1 or 2 Marines, especially since it can run away, regenerate, and start hitting those Marines again. Those Marines were not regenerating any health anytime soon due to the fact that Medevats do not come out for quite some time still. Excuse me. The second guys are being taken by the Red Terran, though. Jeez. Oh, I'm sorry. Only the 2 barracks for blue, and the supply depot just now finishing. He was supply blocked for some time, so if he is going for any form of 2-rats aggression, then he definitely doesn't want to be supply blocked to delay that. A factory going down now, though. We will see what he decides to do with that. Other than that, though, the Reaper, a second Reaper will be made, and will be seen if this Reaper does not kill the SCV in time. And there it goes. So this Reaper has killed the scouting SCV. The blue Terran does know Reapers could be on the way, and has prepared on both the sides where they could jump up at. That is actually a pretty good preparation from a gold lead player. Not to be demeaning, but I'm just being honest from what I've seen. Maybe he deserves a promotion one day. Anyways, I do see the command center coming down from the Red Terran. It will be flown over here later, and a bunker going down at the ramp in preparation. You probably want to do that a little bit later, and possibly, well, you can put it up here for versus Terran. If you were against Zerd, you would definitely put it back here. Protoss, you can really put it wherever. I would prefer that you don't build any bunkers when you're fighting Protoss, because I hate breaking those down, but that is me. We do have the starport being built, and it will fly over onto this reactor, which is being built by the factory for that double medevac production. Might go in for a drop when these Marines are all done. Widow mines have started, though, from this factory, and that will definitely help with that area of effect damage on those Marines. Will one-shot the Marines and do a lot of area of effect damage. I believe they do about 40 area of effect damage, which will bring the Marines down to a total of 5 health, allowing them to be one-shot by pretty much anything in the Terran arsenal. Pretty much anything in the game, actually. I believe even Zerglings do a base of 5 damage, maybe 4, I do forget. But Stim is started for the Red Terran, as well as that engineering bay, which will mean his upgrades are very far ahead of blue. At least in this game, we don't see that the blue Terran is dating only Marines. This game, he does have gas. Very good on his part. If he did see any bronze lead hero games like the one that we casted not too long ago. Anyways, we do see the +1 armor instead of the +1 attack being made for the Red Terran, rather. Medevats have started for blue, though, so it is a nice bit of a difference in tech, and Joshua will be loading up these Medevats and flying them away. Probably going to, well, he's taking the very long path, which he does want to be safe about it, but you don't need to go that far out of your way. You just need to make sure you're not going to go into Watchtower vision, especially this early in the game. This Widow Mine could deal a lot of damage to these drops, actually, but it will just burrow right here, and that will be the end of that. Hopefully it won't be too far out of position. These units are ready for a drop, but if the drop comes into the natural, it might only kill a mule and 2 or 3 SCVs, but that will be enough to deal damage, especially that mule being very important to the Terran's economy, and still being still being at about 60 seconds of its total time. We will see no reaction just yet from PacoPaco. Joshua moving in here with his double marine drop. And these medevacs will heal the marines a lot. Here comes the army from red, though, but I think just in general, blue has more units. He doesn't want to walk over the Widow Mine, though. That would be terrible, and red is trying to bait him over it. There he goes, moving the SCVs and such. The SCVs do come in here with the Terran or with the Red Terran's basic units, and they will finally clean up these Marines. But so many SCVs going down too. Look at that. 17 workers have been killed. 18 could even be more. Now he's just killing more of the Terran's army units. Those medevacs healing the Blue Marines for so much health. And a total of 19 SCVs were killed there. PacoPaco in a very bad spot for his economy, down to only 14 SCVs. He was pretty far ahead by the looks of it, but now that lead has been lost. Blue has not expanded, however, which will start to hurt his economy. He is floating quite a bit, but he is not making that command center just yet. There it goes now from this SCV. Two other SCVs, not too sure what they're doing. They're just walking around. But he was making more Marines during that time, and actually a Widow Mine of his own, which will help if he drops that into a mineral line. But he's just gonna trying to chill out here. The two veteran medevats now going back with this new group, and we will see what they intend to do, going from the exact opposite way, but still taking the very long path around. I do believe even a little bit of zigzag, trying to have some style there. I don't believe there are any style points given in StarCraft, however, and he will fly right over this Widow Mine if he does intend to take this path, which will be very bad. It will take out the low health medevat if it is nearby, whatever blows up. But at the same time, we see a second command center being taken from the blue Protoss, and that will fly over to a third base here soon, probably. He does need to get his worker count in line. Red has caught back up in workers, even though losing 19 in that original engagement. There goes the Widow Mine hit, which it did kill the low health medevat. That isn't too good, but it could have hit something much more valuable, say this entire drop right here. He does need to burrow his own Widow Mine, though. He does have it microed, and it is walking up. No, it does get taken out before it goes down. And Joshua losing a lot there. He is down by about 25 supply, and red is looking in a much better spot than what he was after the last drop. He is not going to move out anytime soon, though. These medevats will heal most of his units before running out of energy. That one medevat running very low, though. And he's not producing anything here. More than a couple Marines, trying to make a few new buildings. But other than that, not much else going on. And Joshua saying, well, something. We can all guess a few possibilities of what he was saying there. But concussive shells started for red. That is not a very TVT-based upgrade. Not something I would recommend, but you can get what you want. Other than that, though, the armory has started. He will get those extra upgrades as well as possible Hellbats or Thors, neither of which are too effective against anything the blue is doing. I mean, Hellbats are good against Marines if they actually get up to them, but the Marines can usually kind of just stim and kite away. And I believe, no, he does not have stim and has not researched it. That will definitely hurt him here soon. He is building a tech lab, though, and we'll get that here soon. The stim Marines of red definitely helped with those Marauders to clean up that last drop. And red, though, up by about 30 supply. He is up by 8 workers as well, both of them onto base. Blue has thrown down that third base, though, and that will get underway here soon, and red is flying his own third base. Blue's is a little bit more hidden and a little bit more risky if it is seen, and we will see how this game progresses here soon. Starting his engineering bay for those upgrades here soon as well, but he will be pretty far behind. Red already starting his +2 attack for his Marines and +1 weapons for his siege tanks. But we will speed through this just a bit to see what else is going on. Not too much tech change. Red still ahead in workers by a decent amount. Both of them producing workers at the same rate, though. But every worker does count in a mirror mashup. And after that, this third base is going. This third base is going. That is already an orbital. This space now just being turned into an orbital as well. But we don't see too much going on. Just kind of macroing in their bases. This death drop right here, that is a large very, very large drop with actual siege chains in it as well, something that I like to do. But he is going to drop it and re-siege. I don't know why he didn't scout any army move-outs or anything like that. So Terran, or they're both just going to just be macroing. I mean, this is pretty dull. More refineries being taken for that extra gas income at the third base. None to be taken over here, but blue is going to be moving out with... Oh, those are just SCVs transferring from the relatively well mined out main base. He is going to destroy these rocks as well, trying to make it so he can get to the red Terran's base much sooner. But if that backfires, it gives the red Terran a way to blue much faster as well. Another command center going down, as well as that +3 weapons and +2 defense for his bio army. The blue Terran on 0-0, that means his Marines will drop almost instantly, not even with that combat shield or with that stim pad. Those Marines are pretty much useless against the might of Red's army, especially with these siege chains mixed in with that +1. But Red doesn't want to march into an army of siege chains. That's going to do a lot of damage to his units, even if they do plow through the Marines of Blue. He does set up his own siege chains, and this will be the standoff of the century, as most TBTs will evolve into if it is Marine tank versus Marine tank. And here comes the death drop. He's flying everything away, and I believe that might have been in vision of Red, but he is not going to respond to it at all. Scanning something or other. And this drop, but of course there are missile turrets, there are widow mines. This could be very deadly. He does lose one medevac with a tank in it, loses another medevac as well. And while he did get a good position now landing, he did lose quite a bit in that exchange. These widow mines will hit him again here soon. There goes down another stand, but this widow mine is still here, and Red will have to come back into this base. But if he does kill this army, Red will win. Blue is not producing a single thing and doesn't have much of an army at home at all. Now producing a little bit more, leaving his army for a bit. There goes the second scan, killing the other widow mine. And here comes the death drop from Terran into his own base. Whoa, what are you doing? And now he's dropping on those tanks, making sure the siege, or the friendly fire from the siege tanks does kill Blue's army and cleans up everything. Blue down by about 20 supply now, and Red will take his lead. 33 SCVs have been killed by the Blue Terran. We will see that the units showing that Blue is ahead by a total of 6 SCVs, and that is spread across his hidden base as well as his 2 other bases. His main basically mined out, though, getting gas at all 3 of his bases, saying that was an impressive move. That was a pretty standard move, though, but at this level, I believe micro is a very important part to getting into that Platinum League. We will see if our Red Terran shows the skills needed to do anything of that sort. 3 starports are being thrown down, as well as that fusion core. He will transition into battle cruisers. The Blue Terran will. It might be too little too late, though, especially since those Marines will have +3 compared to no upgrades for the battle cruisers, making them do quite a bit of damage. More command centers have been set up, though, at the normal third and normal fourth locations. Wow, I need to have some speech lessons going on there. But another command center also going down at the 4th base for the Red Terran. And this, I don't know why they keep doing these death drops. Like, I enjoy tank drops with Marines, honestly, but I do not believe that means dropping your entire army almost every single time. And he's going to fly into a lot of missile turrets here soon. He should just fly right over these into the actual base. He's taking a lot of fire, loses 1 medevac, loses 2 medevacs, both of them with a lot of units in them. Still has 3 tanks here that need to get into siege mode. And now Blue will lose a lot at his main. He loads up his entire army, and he's going to fly towards the Terran army in his base. But if those Marines get in position, that will be very bad. Loses 1, loses 2, loses all the medevacs. Most of his units did not get out of there. He lost his entire army before it landed. Now only a few units, and Ravens, not even the battle cruiser. I don't know why he got the fusion core if he was only going for Ravens. Then you do not need that. You do need that only for those battle cruisers. All of his buildings flying away. He's not producing anything from any of these buildings, so they have to fly away or be destroyed. And it looks like Red will take out the main base completely. Every single building here will go down. The upgrade will go down. So ship weapons not being upgraded anytime soon. This command center will need to be lifted off as well. but instead just making more SCVs. The Raven energy upgrade, though, is about to finish, as well as 4 Ravens on the way. They'll be effective if they can be used properly, but by the amount of micro we have seen by Red, I do fear for his life in this game. These Marines, though, taking out everything near and dear, being scanned, not seeing anything on that side, not a very good stand. Seeing the siege tank line, though, that's something you want to take care of. If he just took care of these buildings up here, the Ravens do give that high ground vision if they do get close enough. The supply, though, 100 supply in the lead is the Red Terran, but both players still on 3 bases, and the Blue Terran actually is on a 4th if he does start to use 4,000 minerals to make more workers, and supply depots having a total of 12 in production right now. That'll definitely free up a lot of supply room here soon. And that leaves us at another break in the action, it would seem. All these buildings still kind of just flying in the air. You do want to get those down so that way they can start producing once more. And Red does scan this base. He does know that Blue is still on more than 1 base, and he will want to take care of that if he wants to win this game. And he is scanned now by the Blue player, and that's showing him what's going to happen, what is coming his way. These Ravens, though, if they just Seeker Missile the Metavats at the right time, but the Metavats will boost out of there, wasting that energy. Actually going very far. I'm surprised that lasted that long. Excuse me. The auto turret, he's calling it a nice dodge. He probably could have gotten out of that simply with just using the Metavats without the boost too. But the durable materials is being upgraded, making those auto turrets last a very, very long time actually. About 4 or 5 minutes, I do believe. And these Metavats will go over here, and they will scout this base at the same time while going to drop on this base that he scanned here earlier. So he will be in shot to see this, and it will kill all of his 15 supply depots he made here, as well as all the workers here, if he just ends up dropping here, which he should momentarily. And there he goes. He does boost over this. He's going to try to drop where the SCVs are running to, and the SCVs turn to attack. That's a terrible idea. They're all going to fall very, very quickly. And there they all go. A total of 37 SCVs killed by the Red Terran and 33 killed by our Blue player. And this base will go down. Seeker missiles everywhere, though, and he's pulling the Metavats over his army. No! No! Oh, you do not want to pull Seeker missiles over your army. That is a bad thing to do. But at the same time, if we look across the map, he has a whole nother army. Blue looks to be in a very bad spot, down by about 100 supply and then some. Throwing down those auto turrets, though, they will. Oh, this Marine is going to take that hit. All of his buddies are very low on health now. Only 2 Metavats to heal them all, but the Metavats are nearly full energy. And Blue just has a lot of bases and is going for that Sky Terran play, but 7 Vikings are on the way to counter out these Ravens. And those will do quite a bit of damage. This base being taken out as well. The Seeker missiles going down all over the Terran's army. All of this is going to go. Oh, God. Oh, everything gets blown up by those Seeker missiles, being very efficient with those, even though he lost about a Raven or 2. I do not remember how many were taken down, but he will take out this base now, leaving the Terran with only 2 mining bases, one of them being relatively well mined out. Making more supply depots is the Blue player, making more Ravens, being so effective with those, actually a lot more than what I would expect him to be. Where are the Vikings? The Vikings need to be out here on the field. He does have a total of 11 of them, but not... Oh, here they are, finishing off the Ravens. He does not want to take those Seeker missiles. And there they go, timing out, and now these Ravens will be basically defenseless. Microing the Viking properly, taking it away from the rest of the Vikings, and now these Ravens are gone, leaving the Blue Terran with only the ones he has in production, calling it nice micro, which he did actually do a pretty good job there at the end. These Marines kind of just chilling out here. This Marine is being the guard. I'm not too sure what he's doing, though. Besides that, a whole bunch more Vikings being produced to counter out these Ravens. Auto turrets still in the back of Red's base. He will want to take care of those because they do actually do a decent amount of damage, and they will take out these starports as well as this possibly the orbital, as well as possibly this engineering bay. Going for a large drop, but that Seeker missile hit right then and did kill most of the army there, but Blue is down to 60 supply, has enough minerals for an entire army of Marines, but the gas count is so low for him that he won't be able to afford many more Ravens. Still not too sure why he did get the fusion core, saying that he's not too happy. He is out of energy on all of these. He can't really do too much. 2 more Ravens coming out though, and they do have energy for those seeker missiles, but they won't be too efficient at this point since there are so few Marines and he is microing them away. At this point though, I don't know what Blue can do. He's dropping down those auto turrets, but they will not be enough once this army marches up, and here's so many of them moving in, and they will try to just power through, and it looks like Blue will have to submit at this point. No more energy for seeker missiles except for possibly on one. Now that it goes, he does call GG. He needed to get those upgrades early on for his Marine Marauder, or I mean not for his Marine Marauder, but for his Marine tank rather. And then later on, he had some really good seeker missiles, but the Red Terran did start to micro out of those very good on his part to transition, or not really transition, but to learn mid-game. Usually you only learn from replays, but when you can learn mid-game, it can win you that many more matches against whatever opponent you're facing. So good job for PacoPaco, and because I keep forgetting, I do want to throw this in here for anybody who watches the video. I have recently started talking to a fellow caster named J Money Gaming, and you should definitely check out his channel. I will link it in the description on YouTube when I do upload this. Watching his video, a few of his videos, they are pretty well made, and we're going to try to help each other out here a little bit possibly. So he's going to give me a few viewers. I'm going to try to get him a few viewers. Definitely check him out, and thank you for the replay.